How y'all doing today? Well, my name's Tom, and I'm just a rambling Christian. If this is the first time you've been here, please stick around. We look at the Bible from a total different way. Now, before I get started today, I just want to jump off into my readings because I don't want to get as long as I was. Now, I'm going to be in Revelations today. Now, a lot of people have been saying Jesus is going to come back in the flesh. Hogwash. I'm going to tell you right here, right now. Jesus has already come in the flesh. He will be coming differently this time. Now, people would argue that. But now I've already covered in a lesson the seven seals. The seven seals start with Abraham and work to the end. They don't start at the tribulation, okay? No. They start at the beginning of time to the end of time. To the beginning of the Bible to the end of the Bible, not time. My bad. Now, we'll start off here in Revelations 1. And we're going to jump down to, let's just hit 1:5 just real quick. Now, this is marked fulfilled prophecy in my Bible. You know, most Bibles have that. But it says, "And for Jesus, the faithful witness, the firstborn from the dead, and the ruler over the kings of the earth, to him who loved us and washed us from our sins with his own blood. And he made us kings and priests of God, to his God and Father. To him be glory and dominion forever and ever. Amen. Behold, he is coming with clouds." Where are the clouds? Okay, this is not clouds in the sky. Clouds are spirits, and I'm telling you, we are the spirits from Ancient of Days. We are the clouds that we have been covering in the Gnostic readings, okay? Now, and the eye, and not the eye, but the ark was what held these clouds. The cloud that surrounded the ark and the temple, well, the temple during the day, okay? Smoke by day, fire by night. Now, it says right here, he is coming with clouds, and every eye will see him, and then they will pierce him, and all the tribes of earth will mourn because of him. Okay? This was when he died. Okay? He came and he died. They will pierce him. Okay? You're not going to pierce Jesus when he comes back. So this ain't him coming back. This was when he came the first time. Okay? Now, we're going to back that up. We're going to jump to Revelations 13 real quick. I'm going to try and get through this because I want to get on the Gnostics, okay? I want to cover some other stuff, but I'll hit that in another ramble. Now, let's look at Revelation 13, like I said. "Then I stood on the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rising up out of the sea, having 7 heads, 10 horns, and on his horns 10 crowns, and on his heads a blasphemous name." This is Israel, okay? Israel. Now, and I'll get into why here in just a minute. "Now the beast which I saw was like a leopard. His feet were like the feet of a bear." That there is Judaism. Now, "and his mouth was like the mouth of a lion." That is Islam. Then it says, "The dragon gave him his power, his throne, and great authority." The dragon, Christianity, those who follow the serpent, Jesus Christ. Okay? Now, that dragon gave who great authority? The beast. That is true. The dragon put Israel right where it's at and said they were the holy people. Nope. Okay? The dragon gave him authority. Did we not give Israel authority? Now, gave him his power, his throne, and great authority. See, his power, we give him the weapons. His throne, we put him there in Jerusalem when God put Palestinians there. And when Palestine had it, Muslims, Christians, Jews all lived within Palestine. Okay? Peacefully. Peacefully. Yep. Now, when you took it away from the rightful owner, that God-given land that God only gives to God's people, away from God's people, kind of ticks him off. Okay? Now, and I saw one of his heads as it had been mortally wounded, and his deadly wound was healed. Jesus Christ. And all the world marveled and followed Jesus Christ. It says the beast, but we're going to say that's Jesus Christ. So they worshiped the dragon, who gave authority to the beast, and they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like the beast, who is able to make war with the beast. Okay? Who is able to make war with Israel, right? Now, and he was given a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. He was given authority to continue for 42 months. 42 months, 3.5 years. How long was Jesus Christ's ministry? Just want to know. Now, then he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name, his tabernacle, and those who dwell in heaven, Jerusalem. He blasphemed those living in Jerusalem, did he not? Did he not call out the synagogues, all that? Did they not say he blasphemed against them? Okay? Already happened. Okay? It was granted to him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And the authority was given him over every tribe, every tongue, and every nation. Jesus Christ worldwide. All who dwell on the earth will worship him, whose names have not been written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. They will worship him, the ones whose names are not in that book. I'm telling you, it is all about the Father, not Jesus Christ. It is about the Spirit, Christ, the Messiah, the revelation, the name is the flesh. You know what I'm saying? That Jesus is flesh. Jesus will not come back. He has already been here twice. Melchizedek and Jesus Christ all die twice. Okay? That's what the Bible says. That's what everything says. Now, yeah, so he can't be coming back to die a third time. This dude, the church, will be cast. It's just the way it is. And it's into captivity. That's what it says, right? Now, if anyone has a ear, let him hear. He who leads into captivity shall go into captivity. Who he kills with the sword, his mouth, will be killed with the sword. Jesus Christ. Here is the patience of the faith and the faith of the saints. Then I saw another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns, like a lamb, and spoke like a dragon. And he exercises all authority of the first beast. And his presence causes the earth and all those who dwell on it to worship the first beast. Islam. Everybody is with Israel against Islam. Okay? right? Causes everybody to go against him. The beast does. Israel fighting against them. Every last man who dwell on it will worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed. See? Deadly wound was healed. Oh, that's Jesus. That's Jesus. Exercise. And he exercises all authority of the first beast in his presence and causes the earth and those who dwell on it to worship the first beast. Yeah. Yeah. Exercises the authority. That's that. And the wound that was healed. That's both of them in there. Israel and Christianity. Whose wound was healed. The first beast wound. First beast is Israel. They were put back. That was their wound. World War II, right? Was their wound? Wow. Hold on. Maybe I need to look at this a different way. Hold on. No, Israel's been wounded many times. And they come back many times. So that's got to be Jesus Christ. He performs great signs so that even makes fire come down from the heaven on the earth in the sight of men. And he deceives those who dwell on the earth by those signs which he was granted to do in the sight of the beast, telling those who dwell on the earth to make an image to the beast, Jesus Christ, who was wounded by the sword and lived. Yep, Jesus Christ. Right? I'm looking at this totally different, so it's almost like I'm reading it. And I have covered this in other lessons. I'm telling you, many layers. That's why you can go back and read it at the same time, same stuff, and get it different. The beast was wounded by the sword and lived. Jesus Christ. I tell you, this has already happened. And he was granted power to give breath to the image of the beast. And the image of the beast should both speak and cause many to work that would not worship the image of the beast to be killed. The world will not worship Jesus Christ. It's being used as a weapon against them, not the love and mercy that he truly has. He causes all, both great and small, and rich, great and rich, and poor and free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their forehead. Now the forehead is this book right here. When you have this knowledge, when you have not defeated it, you have this mark. You are condemned by this book. No other mark. There is no Satan's book. That is truly good and evil is a man-made concept. The Lord of this world is neither good nor evil. He is in a position that the spirit of it all uses to his will. Okay? Whether he knows it or not, he does the will of the Father. Whether anybody knows it on the planet, they do the will of the Father. Because he knows what you're going to do, so his actions reflect that. He does not control you. He just knows way in advance what you're going to do before you were ever here. Yeah. You know, receive a mark on their right hand. Everybody swipes a credit card machine on the right hand. You got a daggum chip in it, man. Holds every bit of information you got. You don't have to have it implanted. You put it in your back pocket or in your wallet, for women. And that no one may buy or sell except one who has the mark and the name of the beast, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. 666. Man plus the book. 666. Yep. You're not a Christian. That's how Christians are, see. Do you think that it's the liberals that are mowing down homeless encampments? Do you think it's rich white men run the country and they're all wearing a cross around their neck? Okay? So all evil comes from that. You don't fix a homeless problem by bulldozing it down. That's not a fix to the problem. That's a way that you ain't got to look at it. Stuff like that. And that does not come from anything but righteous Christians who think if they didn't want to be like that, they wouldn't be like that. So, here is wisdom. Let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 666. And I did not come up with that calculation. Somebody else did. And yeah. Now, it says here that, man, I don't want to go too long into this. It says, then I looked, and behold, a lamb standing on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written on their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven, like the voice of many waters, and like the voice of loud thunder. And I heard the sound of the harpists playing their harps. They sang, as it were, a new song before the throne, before the 4 living creatures. That's what we're waiting on, 4 living creatures. And the elders. And no one could learn that song except the 144,000 who were redeemed from the earth. Now, everybody likes to say that's Jews. 144,000 Jews. Really? Having his father's name written on their forehead. I don't see where that's Jews. This is all that's going. 144,000 for all time. From the beginning of this creation to the last of this creation. 144,000. Right? For the first trip. For the first resurrection. Who knows? But that's what it says. These are the ones who are not defiled with women, for they are virgins. Those who are the ones who follow the Lamb wherever he goes. These were redeemed from among men, being first fruits to God and to the Lamb. And in their mouths was found no deceit, for they are without fault before the throne of God. Then I saw another angel flying in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach to those who dwell on the earth, to every nation, tribe, tongue, and people, saying with a loud voice, fear God and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment has come, and worship him who made heaven and earth, the sea, and the springs of water. Who made it? And another angel followed, saying, Babylon is fallen. That's the U.S. Is fallen, that great city, because she has made all nations drink of the wine of her wrath. Wine of the wrath of her fornication. You know, people don't do it our way. We go against them, right? Yep. And it says, then the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if anyone worships the beast and his image and receives his mark on his forehead or on his hand, he himself shall also drink of the wine of wrath of God, which is poured out full strength into the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. I tell you, there's two messages within this book. One of awesome father, now, and an awesome brother. And then there's the evil side of it, for those who take it upon themselves, that they feel they can handle God's will as a fleshly being and saying what's right or wrong and how it should be. And not only thinking that, but pushing that upon others as if God's not in charge, that you're in charge. You know, what you say goes. You know, I say you're going to hell, you're going to hell now. You know, that was never allowed. And this book says that. I tell you, I could never find the punishment within it. I guess I don't have punishment coming. But it's very clear. It's just for people who claim to follow this book. You know, it says all liars go to hell. You know, we have claimed to follow the book. So you're going to be held accountable for that. Now, give me just a minute here and I'm going to get ready and we're going to jump off into some Gnostics, okay? Now, I didn't ramble in the beginning, but I'm going to ramble here for just a second. Now, Daniel tells us we have 1,260 days of this, and then we have 70 weeks of Daniel, blah, 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 and then we have 42 weeks, blah, blah, blah. Let's look at some things. 42 weeks is 29,000 some odd years. Man, in this creation, science says that we've been here about 30,000 years. 1,260 days plus 700, that's 1,260 years plus the 700. 700 is the year that the temple was built again on the mount. It was actually completed in the year, I believe, 666 of the Temple Mount, the new temple that is there. So let's round that to 700 for easy math. That puts us at 1960. 1960, the 70 weeks of Daniel started. And they started when we initiated the blockade against Cuba and a bad neighbor policy. We are told to love our neighbors. Maybe we should have been the ones sending help. Anyway, but instead we tried to do backdoor and go against them. You know, dirty deeds. And we initiated a blockade. So that was the 70 weeks started. That put us right at the tribulation started October 8th, 2023. The day of completion is October 7th, 2030. Okay? The 23rd day of the first month in the year 6000. That is in 2030. Now, yes. So there you go. You know, the 70 weeks puts us right at 2030. Okay? Now, that's how I don't do the number thing, but that's just what I know about the numbers. I couldn't get that out of my mind for some reason. Because, well, I watched. Yesterday I was watching a history, National Geographic on Newton, doing calculations of the Bible, and I knew he's guessing that the end comes in 2060. He researched the Bible and did it with all his math and stuff, worked numbers. He was off because he started his countdown too late. It's when the temple was rebuilt. That is when that started, that abomination thing. And he was just off by what he picked, and he was using an old Bible too. So, and I don't know if the difference. Now we know when Jesus was, and blah blah blah. Things different. I don't know, but he was only off by 30 years, and because I've known when the end is a long time. I know when the tribulation started. Some people think it started when that peace treaty was made. No, that wasn't it. Our countdown started when Obama was elected. A gay man and a trans woman. People have been killed for saying that. But that's what started it. And I don't care. Who cares, man? It all is written. It's, God, they're in God's plan. What do you know? They're in here. So that ought to be an honor. But anyway, they started that. And that was 3.5 of feast, 3.5 of famine. Same with, you had Trump for 3.5 of feast, and then you had Biden. That was your last 7. Now here's the 7 of trib. And I'm telling you, Biden has already been declared mentally unfit pretty much by America. So he's not going to be the nominee. I told you. And it's not going to be Trump. I feel they'll pull out Michelle. The second half of the abomination. Just saying. And it's no offense to them. I voted for Obama. First time around, I did. He spoke good words. A lot of us voted for him. But he went, it just went all south. When every politician lies to get in. I don't care who they are. If they told you the truth, that they could do absolutely nothing for you, you wouldn't vote for them because they can't. Now, I'm just rambling here, but let me jump off here. Now, yesterday we stopped off. This is 57. Did I read this? The return of the dispersion and the end of the second parable. Yeah, I did. So let's move on. I don't prep or nothing. That way we all get it at the first time now. This is the third parable, and it runs from 58 to 71. Roman numerals. We should have stuck with, should have never, you went and took Jesus' enemies, everything, their number, their alphabet, everything, instead of the Word of God. But anyway, it was written that you would. And I began to speak the third parable concerning the righteous and the elect. Blessed are ye righteous and elect, for glorious shall be your lot. For the righteous shall be in the light of the sun, and the elect in the light of the eternal life. The day of their life shall be unending. The days of their life shall be unending, and the days of the holy without number. And they shall seek the light and find righteousness with the Lord of spirits. They shall be peace to the righteous in the name of the eternal Lord. And after this it shall be said to the holy in heaven, that they should seek out the secrets of righteousness, the heritage of faith, for it has become bright as the sun upon the earth, and the darkness is past. Wow. It's coming soon, y'all. Wow. And there shall be a light that never endeth, and to a lit number of days. Limit, oh, literally, number of days. They shall not come, for the darkness shall first have been destroyed. See, first, the war. The religions are going to kill themselves, destroy themselves, and let these guys shine the true message. Because if they came out now, church would not believe, and they would not follow. They would not hear the voice of Jesus Christ at all. And then there shall be light that never endeth. Wow. And the light established before the Lord of spirits, and the light of uprightness established forever before the Lord of spirits. Some never come back to this. The lights and the thunder. This is 59. In those days mine eyes saw the secrets of the lightnings, and of the lights, and of the judgments they execute. And they lighten for a blessing or a curse, as the Lord of spirits willeth. You see, and that's all convicted by yourself. These convictions will be in that spirit. Your spirit already knows truth. You know what I'm saying? You just have to get it up here. You have to recognize it. It's not convincing the spirit. The spirit's already trying to convince you. You're fighting. And I saw the secrets of the thunder, and how when it resounds above in the heavens, and the sound thereof is heard. And he caused me to see the judgments executed on the earth, whether they be for well-being and blessing, or for curse, according to the word of the Lord of spirits. And after that all the secrets of light and lightnings were shown to me, and they lightened for blessing and for satisfying. See, that's what I'm saying. You have to read this by the Spirit. The Lord of Spirits will guide you through this. And I refer to it as Sophia, whatever you want, wisdom. There's numerous spirits that are inside of this spirit. It encompasses many aspects. Now this is 60. Book of Noah, a fragment, it says. Quaking of heaven, behemoth and leviathan the elements. In the year 500, in the 7th month, on the 14th day of the month, in the life of Enoch, in the parable, I saw how mighty quaking made the heaven of heavens to quake, and the host of the Most High, and the angels, and thousands and 10,000 times 10,000, were disquieted with a great disquiet. And the head of days sat on a throne of glory, of his glory, and the angels, the righteousness, stood around him. And a great trembling seized me, and fear took hold of me. My loins gave way, and dissolved were my reins, and I fell upon my face. And Michael sent another angel from among the holy ones, and he raised me up. And when he raised me up, my spirit returned. When he raised me up, Michael, the angels, raised me up usually means back to life. Raised me up. And when he had raised me up, my spirit returned, for I had not been able to endure to to look of this host, and the commotion and the quaking of the heaven. And Michael said unto me, Why art thou disquieted with such a vision? Until this day lasted the day of his mercy, and he hath been merciful and long-suffering towards those who dwell on earth. And when the day and the power and the punishment and the judgment come, which the Lord of spirits hath prepared for those who worship not the righteous law, and for those who deny the righteous judgment. And for righteous judgment is God judges. You have no righteous judgment without. Now there is true evil on earth. We are to call out true evil. Now true evil, though, you have to know the whole story. You can't just look at some random dude because he's smoking a cigarette and say he's going to hell. You don't know his story. You know what I'm saying? But there is true evil. Let's not deny that. And it's covered within the Ten Commandments. Okay? True evil there is. But know that God is using that for his will. You know, we don't have to tell him he's going to hell. His soul knows, buddy. You know, it's way deeper than our understanding. It says, lean on your own understanding. I don't understand it all. You know, I just know that God's in charge. And I'm going to let him do it. You know, no hindrance from me. And when the day that the power and the judgment and the punishment comes, man, the righteous law. That's the righteous law. Love your neighbor as one of your own. For those who take the name in vain, that day is prepared for the elect a covenant, but for sinners an inquisition. Whoo, buddy. Flesh is on the table. Sacrifices on the wall. Inquisition. Now, when I hear that, I think of Spanish Inquisition. Wow. I wonder if that's where they got it from. It's the writing. When the punishment of the Lord of spirits shall rest upon them, it shall rest in order that punishment of the Lord of spirits may not come in vain. And it shall slay the children with their mothers, and the children with their fathers. Afterwards judgment shall take place, according to his mercy and his patience. See, the Lord will sort all that out. Lord shall not come in vain. The punishment shall not come in vain. So they'd have to know of it. And it shall slay the children with their mothers. You know, your mother and father, that's supposed to be your spirit. And the children, you know, the sons of God that you're supposed to be, you will have the wrong. They'll slay all that. Then afterwards judgment will take place according to the mercy and his patience. And on that day there will be two monsters parted. Pardon me. A female monster named Leviathan, to dwell in the abyss of the ocean over the fountains of water. But the male is named Behemoth, who accompanied with his beast a waste wilderness named Dudain, on the east of the garden, where the elect and the righteous dwell. I knew it, man. Where my grandfather was taken up, the seventh from Adam, the first man whom the Lord of spirits created. And the Lord of spirits created, the first man that the Lord of spirits created. There was other men. The first man that the Lord of spirits created. First man whom the Lord A spirit's created, yeah. Hmm. See, that's, wow. And I besought the other angel that he should show me the might of those monsters, how they were parted on one day and cast, the one into the abyss of the sea, and the other onto the dry land of the wilderness. He said unto me, Thou son of man, herein dost thou seek to know what is hidden. I'm sorry, I'm still sick. Hold up. Weather's changed. I mean, we're talking 65 degrees just day before yesterday. And it's going to be in the 50s all week. And just last year, we're talking, it was in the 20s. And it's just, I have not had a winter. My trees are actually budding. And usually we get snow and ice. We got a few days of it, but not very much. Not enough to freeze the ground solid. Nothing is getting rest this year. That's not a good thing. I hate to ramble on that, but I kind of put in my own garden. I let my land rest. It was 7 years last year. I let my land rest all year. I didn't plant anything on it. And my wife and I are prepping it now to put in the garden. I'm realizing that everything's starting to bud, and this is way, way early. Way early. No freeze has come for us. So I hate to ramble about that, but you got to know what's going on in the earth is changing, if you haven't noticed. And yes, a lot of it is man-induced because we have tried to control the environment. That's a no-no. It's not because of all the pollution in the air. That's not a problem. We've cut down all the pollution filters. That's the problem. Okay. But, you can have power, but you got to have a balance. See, we have tipped the balance over and not paying attention. We have let the greed of man and capitalism rule all. There's no, man, see, I'm rambling. I need to get into the other Gnostic. But God, in this Bible, God did not want to give us a ruler. He did not want to give us a king at all. And if we lived the way this book describes, it's almost a utopian society. The way this is utopia. This is a book of utopia, is what it is. And it's an unachievable fleshly thing. It can only be achieved through spirit. And man, I don't know. Man, I just don't understand how come how we turn bad so easy. How do we let the selfish ones take control of everybody? And it says, and I besought the other angel, and he should show me the might of the monsters, and how they were parted on the one day, and cast, the one into the abyss of the sea, and the other onto the dry land of the wilderness. And he said unto me, Thou son of man, same as you, herein thou dost seek to know what is hidden. And the other angel who went with him and showed me what was hidden told me what is first and last in heaven, in the height and beneath the earth, in the depth and in the ends of the heaven, and on the foundation of the heavens, and the chambers of the winds, and how the winds are divided, and how they are weighed, and how the portals of the winds are reckoned, each according to the power of the wind. And the power of the lights of the moon, and according to the power that is fitting, and the division of the stars according to their names, and how all the divisions are divided, and the thunders according to the places where they fall, and all the divisions that they are made among the lightning, that they may lighten, and their host, that they may once obey. For the thunder has places of rest, which are assigned to it while it is waiting for its peal. Places of rest assigned to it. That's why it's the division. And although not one and undivided, they both go together through the Spirit and separate not. For when the lightning lightens, the thunder utters its voice, and the Spirit enforces a pause during the peal and divides equally between them. That's where equally between them, the two separate the Adams and the Eves. To, instead of being one flesh, one of the writings tells us that, when you become one, that is good, but what will you do when you become two again? Okay? When you're one, you're complete. And those ones just separate not. He forces a pause during the peal and divides equally between them, for the treasury of their peals is like the sand, and each one of them, as it peals, is held in a bridle and turned back by the power of the Spirit, and pushed forward according to many quarters of the earth. And the spirit of the sea is masculine and strong, and according to the might of his strength he draws it back with a rein, and in like manner it is driven forward, and disperses amid all the mountains of the earth. And the spirit of the hoarfrost of his own angel, and the spirit of the hail is a good angel, and the spirit of the snow has forsaken his chambers on account of his strength. There is a special spirit therein, and that which ascends from it is the smoke, and its name is frost. And the spirit of the mist is not united with them in their chambers, but it has has a special chamber for its course. For its course is glorious, both in light and in darkness, and in winter and in summer. And its chamber is an angel. This is long, but its chamber. See, you have to have good and bad, and you will be gathering both sides. And its chamber is an angel, and the spirit of dew has its dwelling. That's the spirits, of the dew have its dwelling at the ends of the heaven. At the ends of the heaven. At the ends of the heaven. The heaven. Will have the end of Jerusalem. At the end of this. At the ends of the heaven. And is connected with the chambers of the rain. And its course is in the winter and summer. And its clouds and the cloud of the mist are connected. And the one gives to the other. And when the spirit of the rain goes forth from its chamber, the angels come and open the chamber and lead it out. When it is diffused over the whole earth, it unites with the waters on the earth. And whensoever it unites with the water on the earth, for the waters are for those who dwell on the earth, for they are nourishment for their earth from the Most High who is in heaven. Therefore there is a measure for the rain, and the angels take it in charge. The rain is the spirits, the souls. See, the angels take it in charge. It is not to do with the weather. and the angels take it in charge. And these things I saw toward the garden of the righteous. And the angel of peace, who was with me, said to me, these two monsters prepared comfortably to the greatness of God, shall feed. Ba ba ba. Next chapter. Oh man, these two monsters prepared comfortably. Judaism and Christianity, the beast I just covered this morning. I tell you, don't pick my reading. They are the feast. For the Lord of this world. Wow. Man, I did not get into that other one, and I don't want to hit this other chapter. Maybe I'll do a... let me look. We're not even halfway through this, I don't think. No. Man. No, I'm gonna hold it off. I don't feel it was, I feel a pull one way or another. I don't lead myself. I say that all the time. People have a hard time believing that because they've never done it. They've never let their spirit speak to them. And that just indicates, I guess, they never grew one. As we look at things, we are looking for the one that Jesus Christ sends, the one that the door will open for, the one that'll call us to him. Now I say I'm just the announcer. I don't know who's to come specifically, but we cover the ones to come. Now from them will stem possibly that 144,000. Now that happens after the destruction. See, and I don't know who all is going to survive. Yesterday we read something where I thought perhaps the poles were going to shift, and I don't think about that kind of stuff, so I don't know where that came from, that kind of thing. And that they're the beasts, and we got to pay attention. We can't assume that we know it all for sure. Every time you read the Bible, it'll tell you something different. And I guess the more you read it, the more you know. Anyway, may the Holy Spirit guide you. May God, the Father, the Creator of it all, protect your soul.